Okay, hello and welcome everyone. In this video, I'm going to talk about price controls. Price controls consist of price floors and price ceilings, corresponding to mandated price maximums in the case of a price ceiling, or mandated price minimums in the case of a price floor. These are often implemented with the goal of trying to benefit some perceived vulnerable group. The goal is, well, hopefully we can make some consumers or some economic agents better off by virtue of implementing this price floor. Oftentimes you'd hear language like, well, we don't want buyers to be taken advantage of, so we'll implement a price control, or we don't want workers to be taken advantage of, so we'll have a minimum wage. And so these things are often well-intentioned. On the other hand, economists will argue that price controls are inevitably going to introduce inefficiency in the form of either shortages or surpluses. We get a shortage in the case where quantity demanded exceeds quantity supplied. Why? Because that's literally the definition of a shortage. Quantity demanded exceeds the quantity supplied, and this happens if the price is too low. For instance, if there's a price ceiling that's implemented below the equilibrium price. Or in the case of a surplus, this is literally the definition of a surplus. Quantity supplied exceeds quantity demanded, and that happens if the price is too high, such as if a price floor prevents the price from adjusting downward to the true equilibrium. Of course, the main criticism economists have of price controls is that these confound the price signal. It prevents the adjustments necessary to bring the market into equilibrium. And therefore, since the market can't get into equilibrium, it undermines the ability of the market to be able to promote efficiency. So it brings us inefficiency. Here's a picture. So here I've got a price ceiling. My comment is this prevents the price from rising. So I've got price on the vertical, I've got quantity on the horizontal, I've got a demand curve, I've got a supply curve, and I've labeled a couple things. So P star is my true equilibrium price, Q star is my true equilibrium quantity. Then I've implemented this squiggly line to help us envision a price ceiling. Price ceiling is just like an ordinary ceiling. It prevents you from going any higher up in your room. The price ceiling prevents the price from going any higher. So that's why I've got this bar above this price. The price wants to go to the equilibrium, but the price ceiling's keeping it from reaching there. Instead, this becomes the price that's imposed on the market. And I found the quantity supplied at the price ceiling price. This is QS at P upper bar. And I found the quantity demanded at P upper bar. It's over here. Quantity demanded at P upper bar. It's right here. Look, the quantity demanded is bigger than the quantity supplied. So this price ceiling is going to create a shortage. That's going to introduce inefficiency into the market because you have buyers who would like to buy the good who aren't able to. And the amount that's actually trading hands, the amount that sellers are actually bringing, is smaller than what we would get in equilibrium in absence of the price control. Here's the price floor picture. Now my comment is this is preventing the price from lowering downward. So here's the equilibrium price is P star, the equilibrium quantity is Q star. I've drawn in this red squiggly line to envision our price floor. Just like a regular floor in the room you're in, doesn't allow you to go any lower. Similarly here, this price floor does not allow the price to go any lower than where this is set. The price can go higher, yeah, but it can't go any lower, which is a problem because the equilibrium price is lower than the price floor, which means the price is not allowed to adjust to the equilibrium. So even though the true equilibrium price is going to be P star, the true equilibrium quantity is Q star, the price that actually prevails in this market will be no lower than P lower bar. So I've got the quantity demanded, and I've got the quantity demanded, and I've got the quantity supplied at P lower bar. It's this right here. So I took the price, go over to the demand curve, go straight down. Here's my quantity demanded at P lower bar. Go to the price, go to the supply curve, straight down. Here's my quantity supplied at the P lower bar. Here the quantity supplied is larger than the quantity demanded, so when this price floor is implemented, we end up getting a surplus. By definition of the fact that quantity supplied is bigger than the quantity demanded. And again, this is going to introduce inefficiency because the amount of consumers actually served is going to correspond to QD, which is smaller than the amount of transactions we'd have in equilibrium without the price control.